no grounds to reverse the decision. You can't do instant replay in this sport. There is no instant replay in professional wrestling. You don't watch the tapes. You rely on your referee's decision because the referee is the man right there in the ring.
Well, right now, the man in the ring is watching Denise Storm as she has stormed back, you might say, and the storm is raging in the ring as Reggie Bennett is in trouble. And we don't say that very often.
Boy, I'll tell you what, Denise Storm, she has been up against all the big ones, and we say time after time, we've never seen anybody handle Reggie Bennett like Denise Storm is. That's what we say about all of Denise Storm's opponents. She, woman handles them unlike anybody else has ever been able to.
Well, Denise has a good combination of power and of smarts and wrestling smarts, and there was an example of it, a body slam with Reggie Bennett with her arm behind her back, taking some of the strength out of that arm. Now she's got to know if she hurts that arm that it's going to take away one of the main benefits that Reggie Bennett brings to the ring. And right now Denise Storm has got her, throws her in, and they both clothesline. Both women went for a clothesline and both women were successful.
Hi everyone, I'm Ken Resnick, your host for Super Ladies of Wrestling Main Events. 9 great matches on tap for you, including some of the biggest names in all of ladies professional wrestling. You'll see Team America, the duo of Misty Blue Sims and Heidi Lee Morgan, the great Wendy Richter. You'll see Medusa Michelli, one of the biggest stars ever to hit the ring, Terry Power. How's this for a great matchup? Magnificent Mimi against Susan Sexton. All that and a lot more on the main events of Super Ladies of Wrestling. Now, without further ado, let's go to ringside. And the first matchup, 2 of the young Turks of women's wrestling, Reggie Bennett battling Denise Storm.
Fans, this bout is scheduled for 1 fall. Introducing first from North Minneapolis, Minnesota, weighing 165 pounds, Dangerous Denise Storm. And her opponent this evening from Venice Beach, California, weighing 170 pounds, Reggie Bennett.
Well, looks like another one of those long nights for ring announcer Bill Anderson. Either that or Reggie Bennett has overpowered him with her feminine charms.
Reggie Bennett in the ring against Denise Storm. And if I were you, after all the nasty things you've said about Reggie Bennett lately, including that Louisville Slugger with the Queen in his court recently, if I were you, I wouldn't want Reggie Bennett very close to me, because if she's heard some of those things you said, Jim.
I don't want Reggie Bennett very close to me either. I don't go in for that type of thing. Maybe a...
Oh, really?
Yeah, what? No, not the way you're thinking. I'm talking about the fact...
And you know what? You and the Queen did get along very well in that Louisville Slugger.
Just purely professional. Boy, I tell you what, speaking of powerhouses, later on we're going to be seeing, of course,
the Tower.
Terry Power, but she's going to be going up against somebody that can match her muscle for muscle, the Black Venus with my good friend Boogaloo Brown.
Boogaloo Brown legally this time will be at ringside. We'll see what happens here. I think Terry Power might, knowing that Boogaloo will be there, I think we'll see a little bit different attitude, but right now it's Denise Storm getting an attitude adjustment as Reggie Bennett ties her up, brings her over in a headlock.
But last week when you were out here,
I'm not talking about last week. I'm talking about right here and right now.
But today's title match is not a single fall match. It's a 2 out of 3 fall match. And last week when you were here,
what's the matter with you? Are you stupid? I don't want to talk about ancient history. I'm talking about what's going on right now.
Okay, then let's talk, Miss Kennedy. Is it true that the LPWA board made you take this match against Bambi because Cindy Paradise was not even ranked in the LPWA, nor was Allison Royal or most of the other opponents Lady X has had recently?
Don't mess with me, Blackstone. I am not in the mood.
Get out of here. It could be a very interesting day for Bambi. Let's go now to Bill Anderson. He's standing by with these introductions.
Fans, this bout is scheduled for 2 out of 3 falls with a 1-hour time limit. It is for the LPWA Ladies Championship of the World. Introducing first from parts unknown, weighing 170 pounds, she is the LPWA Ladies Champion, Lady X. And fans, she is accompanied to the ring by her owner, Ashley Kennedy. And her opponent this evening, she is the challenger weighing 138 pounds from Stone Mountain, Georgia, Bambi!
Oh, this is a match I have been waiting for, as well as the fans. Bambi gets her opportunity to go against Lady X for that world title. And of course, we saw last week that Lady X defended against Cindy Paradise in a rather one-sided match. And Cindy Paradise not able to take the title away from Lady X in that one fall match. This time, Ashley Kennedy was forced, whether she likes to admit it or not, by the board of directors and her good friend Wally Carbo to put the title up against Bambi in a 2 out of 3 fall match. And Bambi starts off strong, Jim.
Hey, let me tell you something right now, Joe Pedicino. First off the bat, Ashley Kennedy is not forced to do anything that she doesn't want to do. She gave an up-and-coming young wrestler, Cindy Paradise, a title match last week, and everybody was upset. They should have been glad for little Cindy Paradise that she got a chance. She was an underdog. She got to be Sylvester Stallone for one day. Now, they've gone and put Bambi, the redneck girl, the world's most cheerful person, up against Lady X in a 2 out of 3 fall match. I think it's unfair. Lady X having to defend her.
There she is, one of the most popular athletes in the world today.
Here we go.
She is Terry Power, the Tower of Power, and this is going to be quite a challenge for her, taking on the Bad Girl. Now, the Bad Girl is in single competition, but her partner is outside. Black Venus is outside the ring, but you notice who's not.
Boogaloo Brown, and of course, I'm surprised you noticed, since Terry Power's in the ring, your pulse is quickening, your sweat's beating up on your forehead, your face is getting red, Joe. Looks like you're having some kind of cholesterol attack or something. It's all because of Terry Power in the ring there now.
Terry Power is one of the most popular athletes in the LPWA. She is, in my opinion, there's no doubt the strongest. And I just think that the fan mail that she gets just proves that she is one of the fans' favorite wrestlers.
Fan mail proves she's a great wrestler. I'll tell you what's going to prove she's a great wrestler. If she beats the Bad Girl, that's what's going to prove she's a great wrestler.
Now, coming up, 2 legends of the ring. Wendy Richter, former WWF Ladies Champion, former Tag Team Champion against Leilani Kai, one half of the former WWF Ladies Tag Team Champions. Now, coming to the ring with Leilani Kai will be her tag team partner, Judy Martin, and the Queen, if you will. Let's go to ringside.
Our next match is a 1 fall, 30-minute time limit. First of all, from Tampa, Florida, Wendy Richter. And her opponent from Honolulu, Hawaii, Leilani Kai, accompanied by Queen Christopher Love.
All right, our main event on today's LPWA, we have got Leilani Kai, half of the Glamour Girls. She, of course, one half of the World Tag Team Champions. She is joined by her manager, Queen Christopher Love. They are taking on Wendy Richter, and I do mean they because usually you can count on Chris Love getting involved in the matches.
Let's not get started with this stuff again, Joe Pedicino. I'll tell you what the fact of the matter is. Wendy Richter, probably at one time the most famous name in women's wrestling in the history of the sport.
That's correct.
At one time she was the WWF Women's Champion.
That's correct.
One time the most popular athlete in the WWF, male or female.
That's correct.
Has been out of the mainstream of women's wrestling for the past year or so.
That's correct.
I understand she's been going to school, taking some courses. Now has come to the LPWA trying to make a name for herself, just like Rockin' Robin has earlier in the day.
That is correct.
And she is going up against Leilani Kai, who besides being one half of the World Tag Team Champions, is one of the best wrestlers and one of the most experienced veterans in ladies wrestling today.
That is awesome.
The bottom line means she is without a doubt a dum-dum. Wendy Richter has no business. Look at this right now. While referee Eddie Sharkey's arguing with Queen Christopher Love, she has just about choked the life out of Wendy Richter, and now Queen Christopher Love is trying to massage Wendy's neck.
In our opening match, some interesting comments by Medusa there in the tunnel with Bonnie Blackstone. And I'm telling you, this woman loonier every week. That's all I can say.
Everything that Medusa does is different. You can see right now she's got the Japanese-style boots on. She used those in her full contact karate exhibitions as well as her wrestling competition. Now going for a big standing head scissors on Allison Royal. Medusa just very workmanlike, systematically taking Allison Royal apart at every joint, piece by piece.
Well, you know, you've got to say this. Medusa Michelli, one of the most experienced wrestlers in lady wrestling history. She has done it all.
Oh, brother, look at this. This is a